Hi, I'm Ray Traylor, and I'm here with Michael Sin, the CEO of SuperiorCoin, and we're talking about the subject of privacy. Privacy is a pretty big deal today. Many people want to keep their transactions private. And so, tell me, give our listeners a little primer on, some coins are private and they're traceable, and some are not untraceable.
Yeah, there's a common misconception, and I guess we'll start there, that all cryptocurrency is untraceable. And most people that are beginners with Bitcoin, Bitcoin is the most common cryptocurrency, they think it's untraceable. Oh yeah, well they're using that to buy drugs, and they're using it on the dark web, and they're using it all over the place because you can't trace it. Bitcoin, that's the biggest misconception I think that I've ever heard, that Bitcoin is not traceable. Now, obviously, there's ways of mixing Bitcoin. There's ways of trying to obscure where it comes from or where it goes. And yes, there's no name attached to it. It's going from a number to a number. But most people here in the United States, they purchase Bitcoin through Coinbase. And if they're purchasing it through Coinbase, they're using their ID and they're using their bank account, which is attached to that number.
Right.
So, and although it don't say Ray Traylor, it is attached to you.
Certainly is.
And other coins like Dash, Monero, they're not traceable. SuperiorCoin is not traceable. And how they do that is built in the protocol. Now, there's some coins that you can turn a switch on and make them traceable, turn a switch on and make them non-traceable. Monero, Electroneum, SuperiorCoin, SumoCoin, these coins are inherently non-traceable. So there's no switch you can turn on and off. It's always non-traceable, always anonymous. And now, what happens if you want somebody to be able to see your transactions?
Yeah.
You need somebody to audit your transactions. Well, SuperiorCoin has what you call a view key. And with the view key, I can't spend your funds, but I can go in and see all your transactions and see what the amounts were, see where they went, and all that. So it's very important, and I personally believe that the coins should be, like I said, it's my opinion that it should be untraceable. Why? Well, a very rough example would be if I have a store and my customers come in and they want to pay me all the time, and I have a competitor, across town, and they want to know what kind of sales I'm doing per week.
Sure.
Well, instead of having to go and have friends inside the courthouse, the IRS or something to figure out what kind of sales I'm doing, all they're going to have to do is go figure out my Bitcoin address if I'm using Bitcoin, and they know exactly how many sales I'm doing per day.
Sure.
They know, what providers I'm using. They could basically figure out everything about my business. Or even if I don't have a business, it's just me. But I have Bitcoin, and maybe my neighbor, my friend, my brother-in-law, whoever, they want to see how much money I've got. Well, if they know my Bitcoin address, they can easily figure out how much money I got. So It's not like, hey, I need you to loan me some money. No, I don't got none. I'm looking at your Bitcoin address. You got money, So I would rather my economics and my financial situation be obscured, for the people that I don't want to see.
Sure, and that's the reason we have bank accounts, and we don't publish how much is in our bank account. Privacy is an important thing. So obviously, a lot of people have said, well, cryptocurrencies are about illegal activities, and because it can be anonymous, and but that's not really the only reason why we would want to have privacy, is it?
Right. Certainly, cryptocurrencies are used on the dark web. They're used for purchasing of like illegal, substances, illegal activity. So is cash.
Yeah.
It's not.
The $100 bill is probably the.
Well, in Honduras, where I'm living at right now, $20 bills aren't accepted because $20 bills are considered drug money. So a lot of people won't even accept a $20 bill because it's associated with illegal activity. And like I said, certainly cryptocurrency can be used for that, but that's not the only use case. And from the studies that I've seen as of late, it's not even 1% of the use. It's same thing as the dollar bill. You couldn't say that the dollar bill is 90% of it's being used for illegal activity. It has a use case. It works for it. Same thing with cryptocurrency. But there's a lot of other reasons why I would like to have my privacy.
Sure. So in years past, I'm a CPA by training and actually had a public practice. And maybe some of the viewers would be concerned about the government as far as whether or not they were reporting properly. And I would like to just say that because it has a view key, you can give that view key to whoever you wish, the IRS or anyone else, and they can view the transactions and the values, and you can be completely exonerated of any wrongdoing. You have to, even though these transactions are private, you have to report any taxable gains that you have on trades or anything like that to the IRS, because it's a taxable event. So there are ways that we can make sure that we are in compliance with the laws of our country. And other countries, it'll be different. I just know about the United States. So tell me, why would we want to use SuperiorCoin instead of Monero or some other coin that's not trustable?
One of the reasons that SuperiorCoin, you would rather use it instead of Monero, for example, at the current price and the current fee that Monero charges, to send you a couple $100, it's going to cost me around a $10 fee for Monero.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so with SuperiorCoin, I did some math right before we went on live, and for SuperiorCoin, I can send you about $16. That was the math I did, for 0.2 of a cent.
Oh, my. What a difference.
So it's almost, whenever I give you cash, okay, I take a $20 bill out of my pocket and I hand it to you. How much does it cost me to hand you that $20 bill?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it don't cost very much. It don't cost anything.
Right.
The effort. So why should it cost me $10 to give you $100 worth of Monero?
Right.
And I think that's, we do need miners. The miners have to be compensated. But the fee, and the lower the fee, the better it is to make it more like a cash, more like a peer-to-peer cash, like Bitcoin was originally designed as a peer-to-peer cash. So it would act like a cash. We've talked about SuperiorCoin and talked about lowering the fees to make it even lower. And I'll tell you, the only reason why the fee is not lower with SuperiorCoin is because you're trying to not have spam attacks. And what do I mean by spam attack? It means like me having 2 billfolds and taking money out of one and putting in the other one all day long for no apparent reason, just to fill up the network. And so if it does cost me, even though it costs 0.2 of a cent to do that, it will keep somebody from moving money just for the pure, bad intention of doing it.
So there may be companies out there that would not want SuperiorCoin to be successful.
Exactly.
And they might clog up the system by doing all sorts of
malicious behavior.
malicious.
Yeah. We've seen this with other networks. And even with SuperiorCoin, when we first started SuperiorCoin, the blockchain, there was an issue with the mining difficulty. The mining difficulty was not calculated on say 12 blocks. It was calculated over a whole day. So if somebody run up the difficulty, then it would take a very long time for the difficulty to go back down, and it would basically make the network look like it clogged up. So we did fork the network about 2 months ago, and that helped with faster transactions, cheaper transactions, and now we are adjusting the difficulty every 10 blocks instead of every 240 blocks.
Okay. So if having a private transaction was important to a person, this would be the most economical way to go at this point in time.
SuperiorCoin is the cheapest coin to be untraceable, to be autonomous, to have true fungibility, and very cheaply, to be able to do it the most economic possible, the fastest way possible. The blocks on SuperiorCoin are every 2 minutes instead of every 10 minutes. So basically, we can have more transactions per hour or per second than some of the other coins out there.
So based on our discussion, my understanding, you said that if privacy is important to a person, that the Superior Coin would be your best way to go because of the affordability issue.
Yes, if you want to use a coin that had privacy, where you cannot be traced back and it won't be visible for the whole public to see, your net worth or how much money you have at a given moment, Superior Coin would be your coin of choice, based on its untraceability traits, and also because of the fee that is involved between transferring or receiving payments. So you can basically send and receive for around 0.2 of a cent right now.
Wow. So you mentioned a term that some of our viewers may not be familiar with, fungibility. Would you tell them what that means?
Yes, fungibility is basically the interchange, being able to interchange a set value for another set value. So if I had a $10 bill and I wanted to exchange it for 10 ones, to be able to divide it up into that amount and it keep the equal value.
Okay.
So if I was to receive $100 worth of Superior Coin, whenever it comes into the Superior Coin network, it's the same way as with dollar bills. It would come in as one transaction, and then if I wanted to spend that, I would have to break it up.
Sure.
And I don't want to lose my money trying to break it up. So it's interchangeable. We have 8 decimal points, to where you can take 100 Superior Coins and break it down all the way to the lowest decimal point and be able to send that across the network.
Okay. Well, this is a real advantage for people who are interested in privacy. So thanks for stopping in, and we'll talk some more later.
Okay, thank you. Below we have the links for all the different websites we've talked about, and you can go to www.superior-coin.com to read more information about Superior Coin.